Hey, just waiting for one other person to get in here. But thanks so much for coming. We'll start just in a minute. How's everyone doing today? Just 1 second as we wait for one other person to get here. Anyone doing anything fun this weekend? Hey. Just one moment. We're really excited to talk to you guys about condom use today. We have a whole trivia game planned for you, so I hope you guys have been studying, getting ready. Okay, I think this live... Okay.
Sorry, Brennan. I was on my Instagram.
God, no worries. We were both just so excited to start it.
Yeah, I have the comment. I can paste it and then you can just pin it.
Okay, cool.
You just have to tap it and then, hey, Rama. You just have to like tap it and then go from there.
Okay.
My followers are giving me life, baby. We should have stayed on mine. They were really hyping me up.
I think that just means that we're going to have to do another one and that you are going to have to go live on yours that time.
Yeah, but hopefully they just hop on this one since they see that I'm live.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Again?
Okay, so I guess even though we kind of tardy, I guess we'll wait a few minutes just for people to kind of like hop on because I know it's around lunchtime and people are like scrolling through Instagram, seeing what's
Yeah.
popping or whatever.
Marshun,
Um,
weekend?
what you say?
Do you have any fun plans for the weekend while we're waiting?
Um, Other than recover from a cold, I'm like, I don't know if you can tell, I sound a little congested.
Okay.
So other than that, that's my only plan. And I may go to like a pool with one of my friends Sunday, depending on how I feel. I don't know.
Okay, that's awesome. Sorry about your cold, but sounds like you can have fun now.
Yes. What about you?
I don't have any like big long weekend plans yet. Some things are still coming together, but hopefully like just spending time with some friends and exploring the city outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, wait, because you're new here, right?
I moved here a month ago.
Oh
So
my God. Okay.
um yeah, but really excited to like see what's up, see what's around.
Okay, that's fun. Um, I guess we can hop on now.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone. It's the Whitman-Walker Health Live OG, Marshun. My pronouns are he and she. And for those of you who are first time tuners, I work here as a community outreach specialist, and I'm honored to be here today by one of my new faves, Brendan, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Thank you, Marshun. My name is Brendan. My pronouns are he, him, his. My title at Whitman-Walker is the Social Media Outreach HIV Prevention Coordinator. So I've been doing a lot of like the background stuff with the Instagram lives, but it's really awesome to just like be here in front of the camera this time with one of my sons. So I'm super excited to do this trivia with you.
Yes. And per usual, of course, today we're gonna get into some things, but today we're actually gonna like switch it up, and so we're gonna ask that our viewers actually kind of like engage with us as we participate in like a quick little mini quiz, Whitman Walker style.
You guys better listen up and pay attention.
Okay. So feel free to play along in the comments if you're watching at home, or just use this as a refresher.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna talk about condoms, and we're gonna have a fun little quiz.
Yeah, condoms are really important tools for practicing safe sex, but there are a lot of myths and perceptions about them. So, because it's difficult to know when, why, how to use them, we're here to do a little trivia for you. Hope you guys can learn something and win our little game. The prize is that you guys are safe sex, so congrats.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate prize at the end of the day.
Truly.
Okay, so let go. So Brendan, true or false?
Okay.
Condoms are only for heterosexual use / condoms. And we'll give you guys a minute in the comments to kind of think about it at home. Brendan, do you have any guesses?
Okay. So it's a good question because I feel like when I learned about condoms growing up in middle school and high school, there was like a lot of emphasis around like pregnancy prevention for straight cisgender couples. And I feel like I was taught about condoms primarily in that regard. So I feel like it would be a good answer to say true. They are for heterosexual couples.
Right. And speaking of condoms, I want to also bring up consent. I know we talk about double C's, the Chanel bags, but when we talk about double C's, we mean consent and condoms.
Exactly.
And consent is sexy, you guys. Consent is so sexy. Um, but like you said, I do agree when we do, think about condoms, we kind of think about that. And I know back in elementary school, when we had like the birds and the bees talk, it wasn't really around like, it was primarily around like heterosexual use.
Yeah.
But the answer is dun dun dun, false, like you guys said in the comments. Condoms are not only for heterosexual couples. All couples, regardless of sex, gender, or orientation, can benefit from the use of condoms. Condoms have two primary purposes. The first one is to prevent pregnancy, and the second is to prevent the spread of STIs. And although while only certain couples may have to consider the possibility of pregnancy, every sexually active couple can use condoms for STI prevention.
Yeah, I feel like the STI prevention piece is usually missing from the conversation about like why condoms are so important. So yeah, it's really important to highlight like yeah, every couple can use condoms and like
Right.
that kind of leads into the next question. It's a multiple choice. So, what sexually transmitted infections or STIs do condoms protect against? So I give you some choices: A, HIV, B, gonorrhea, C, chlamydia, or D, all of the above. Marshun, any thoughts? I want to see the viewers give answers, but like, what are
Yeah, before I give my thoughts, I'm going to wait to see if the viewers are going to tap in.
yeah.
So I maybe actually repeat the question because I see some people are just jumping on.
Yeah. So, what sexually transmitted infections or STIs do condoms protect against? A, HIV, B, gonorrhea, C, chlamydia, D, all three of those.
What do you guys think? So we have all of the above. Okay. Brendan. That's a good one. Just because we have to recognize that not all STIs are created equally. Some spread and infect differently than others. So you must understand the role of condoms in preventing the spread of infections. Um, and it looks like our viewers are right. Both of them, all of them,
We got such
all of
smart
the
viewers.
above.
Great.
Yes, you guys are correct.
Yeah. I feel like the answer is D, all of the above. Like, by and large, condoms dramatically reduce the chances of getting an STI, especially infections like HIV, gonorrhea, chlamydia that we named, spread through sexual contact with certain bodily fluids. And a condom covers those, to make sure that you're not getting in contact with them. So, like, blood, semen, cum, pre-seminal fluid, pre-cum, rectal fluids, vaginal fluid, like a condom will cover to make sure that you're not getting exposed to those. But we do want to point out that condoms prevent against some STIs more effectively than others. So, for example, herpes and HPV, the human papillomavirus, are spread through skin-to-skin contact and can live on areas of your body that aren't covered by condoms. So they can live on your scrotum, they can live on the labia, they can live between your thighs and your butt cheeks. And so condoms aren't going to like cover that, and you might not be fully protected by condoms. We do want to note that while condoms won't fully protect you from STIs like herpes and HIV, they're more effective against these STIs than nothing at all. So like, you're always good to wear condoms. Like, they are going to prevent against most things. They just do some things better than others. Does that make sense?
Right. Um, that's a really great point, Brendan. And I also want to remind everyone, if you guys have questions for us, feel free to type them out in the comments. And once we come in cruise, we'll be sure. Let me make sure no one said anything. Okay, yeah, looks like we're good. Condoms are definitely incredibly useful for STIs, as you mentioned. So this brings me to my next question, Brendan. A common mistake for condom users, and I know I once made this mistake at one point, and I kind of like had to tell my friends, don't do this. But here's my question for you,
Mm-hmm.
Brendan. Where is the best place to store condoms?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the question of the day.
Okay.
In your wallet, your glove compartment in your car, your bedside table, or in your back pocket.
Okay. Can you repeat the options one more time?
Okay, yes. So, where is the best place to store your condoms? In your wallet, your glove compartment, like on the side of your bed, like your little nightstand, or like the back of your pocket, like the back of your jeans pocket.
Huh. Okay. I think this one is tricky because when you say like what's the best place to keep condoms, I'm gonna think like what's
Mm-hmm.
the convenient place. So like I see in the comments someone said wallet or back pocket. Like those are pretty convenient. Like I can just grab those. Like don't even really have to think about it on my person. But when you think about like best place, I think that might be a different question.
Right. Um, and I'll wait a few more seconds to see if someone says them, just because I know, like, that's really a tricky question, and I never thought about it until maybe like a few years ago. Like, where is the best place? Because you would think that in your pocket and in your wallet, like easy access, like of course, like oh my god, I can just reach in my pocket, boom, it's there.
Like
But
why?
the best place to
No?
keep your condoms is actually, yes, bedside. Yes, Big Leslie underscore in the comments. Your bedside table, like your nightstand, is actually the best place to keep your condoms. Just because, like our hearts, condoms are delicate. They can rip easily, they can tear easily from friction, like in a wallet or your back pocket, because like from you moving, it's kind of just like doing all of this. Just like like in your wallet, your debit card is kind of like the paint on your card kind of like rubs off a little bit from it being in your wallet. The same can happen to a condom. They can weaken in heat, like in the glove compartment or in the sun. And they also expire after a certain period. So it's best to always check for an expiration date. And make sure you store your condoms around a 32 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and ensure they aren't ineffective before you use them.
Yeah. I mean, like remember that condoms are made out of latex? And while they act as their STIs, and they're pretty effective at that, they're still just a thin sheet of material.
Right.
Fears are common, and you have to treat them delicately. I think that means that we have one more question. Are you guys ready?
Oh my God, this is our last question.
Our last question, it's another true false.
Okay.
So true false, condoms are only for penises.
That's a good question because I guess when you close your eyes and you think about a condom, like I'm thinking about a condom now, you like picture it going over a penis. So it makes sense for you to think that condoms simply apply for penises.
Big Lexi says false AF. Lando Dolce says false. I think you're making good points, Marshun. The external condom gets a lot of attention in that, like, you think it's going over a penis. But false, condoms are not just for penises. The internal condom, which is also sometimes called the female condom, may be used for either vaginal, frontal, or anal sex. The internal condom can be inserted hours prior to the sexual encounter, and that gives individuals flexibility and control over their sexual and reproductive health. They don't have to rely on their partner because they put it in. And so the internal condom, just as effective, just as good as the external condom, gets less attention, but it's a wonderful option, especially for those who may have trouble convincing to use an external condom. It might be a little bit uncomfortable at first to put it in, but like I think most people use it when they're using it correctly. Say it's undetectable, like you can walk around in it and it's fine. So the internal condom.
Yes, and that's correct. And we actually, really don't hear a lot about the internal condom. But if you're ever at Whitman-Walker, you can just let us know, hey, I watched the Instagram live and I saw you guys mention internal condoms. Do you have any? Although we're not open now, but when we do open, feel free to ask us and we'll, actually provide like instructions on how to properly use it and all of that. So in closing, we'll just give you a few pointers for using condoms. Some of these are from the condom trivia quiz we just completed, and others are just tips for, you to have.
Yeah.
So remember, use condoms to prevent STIs and pregnancy. And remember, double C's, condoms and consent.
Love that.
CC, double CC's.
Yes. Read the package of the condoms and especially read the expiration date. Could condoms expire?
Right. Make sure there are no tears or defects in your condoms.
Store your condoms in a cool, dry place. So not the wallet, not the back pocket, like a bedside table, bathroom cabinet. Cool and dry.
And you have options. There are latex and latex-free condoms.
Yeah, and both work great. Please use water-based or silicone lubricant. That can help prevent breakage of condoms.
And be sure not to store your condoms in your wallet or your glove compartment, as heat and friction can cause damage to them.
Some people use a spermicide called non-aloxo 9 or non-oxnol. No. If you see it, don't use it with your condom because that can cause irritation.
Yes, and speaking of irritation, please don't use oil-based products like baby oil, lotion, petroleum jelly, coconut oil, or cooking oil just because they can cause the condom to break down and can actually irritate your skin.
Don't use more than one condom at a time. I know you might think like more than one condom, better protection, but like don't do it.
Yes, and actually don't reuse a condom. So if you engage in sexual activity and you're done with it, don't pick up that same condom, maybe from like earlier or from yesterday.
Yeah, I see a question in the comments. Can I use the internal condom for anal sex? Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, when you are using the condom for anal sex, there's like two rings. So you would just take one of the rings out and insert the ring inside, and then the outer ring will kind of like sit outside of your anus. And it's different for vaginal use. You would keep the ring inside for vaginal use, and it would sit outside of the vagina. Do we have any more questions? No, I think that's it.
So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, like after this or anything, Whitman-Walker Health is here for you. We are going to be doing more Instagram lives, not just Marshun. We have a whole team. They have great
Yes.
together. So check back in for more health education and information. And you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well, where we post infographics and, just like what's happening.
Period. Whitman-Walker is open for symptomatic testing and treatment of COVID. Call us at 202, and I believe the number is pinned at the bottom. Yes. You can reach us at 202-797-4439 for same/next day appointments. And for additional pharmacy resources, visit us at whitman-walker.org/pharmacy. And if you need assistance with PEP, PrEP, or HIV/STI testing and treatment, please again call us at 202-797-4439. And I want to first, let's make sure we don't have any questions. I want to first thank everyone for joining us today and participating in the quiz. This was actually Brennan's first live. Brennan, you did wonderful. And we'll definitely be seeing more of you. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach us. And the community health team is here to help you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Marshun. This was amazing. And I see one more question. Can I get HIV STI testing? Again, I think we're just going to point you to the number that is pinned. So 202-797-4439. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, and you can definitely get your HIV testing. And if you or a friend needs testing, or if you or a friend has been exposed or symptomatic, you can contact us for treatment. We offer testing Mondays and Wednesdays at our Max Robinson Center. You can give us a call. We'll schedule an appointment. You can pull up on us. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great Friday. Remember to wear your mask and stay safe.
Sounds good. Thanks, Marshun. That was really fun.
Bye, Brendan. See you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.